Twitter now, we're live on Facebook, we're live on LinkedIn, we're live on YouTube, we're live everywhere to the planet. All right, so let's get straight into this today. Now, today, many people ask me, what's the difference between an onion tank and a low-profile, shallow dig bullet-shaped septic tank? What's easiest to put in and what's the most cost-effective? So I thought I'd show you. Okay, so have a look at this. Okay, so let's get straight into this. So what's best, an onion-shaped septic tank or a bullet-shaped low-profile septic tank? Not only to buy but also to install. Okay, so let's have a look here. All right, so here we go. We've got a typical scenario here, someone's garden. So let's take the grass away first of all. Okay, so bear with me a second. Grass cover, bam, there we go. All right, so let's start with this. Let's start, and maybe to set the scene, let's just put that there and that there. Let's put a digger in. There we go. So to set the scene, look at that. We got a digger. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So let's start with the onion-shaped septic tank. Okay. Let's start with the onion-shaped septic tank. All right. So there we go. So with the onion-shaped septic tanks, they're very, very big. Even the small onion-shaped septic tanks, you need a very, very big hole. So straight away, you need like a 5, 6, 7 ton digger to start, or you need a JCB, right, to install these things. So let me bring up the amazing onion-shaped septic tanks. Okay, there we go. So that is what a typical onion-shaped septic tank looks like. Now, wow, well, what can I say? Okay, so let me, if I just get in straight into this, let me show you the difference as well between an onion and a bullet. All right, so here we go. Here we got 2 tanks. We've got an onion-shaped septic tank, which you can see here, and you've got a low-profile, shallow dig bullet septic tank. So straight away, you can see the difference between the two. You can see the difference straight away. These are the small septic tanks. So these are the baby ones. When I say baby, these will do 1 to 2 bedrooms, okay? So you can see that the onion tank is almost twice the height, right, of the shallow dig septic tank, the bullet-shaped septic tank. So straight away, you're going to have to, even though the onion tank will cost you about 150 quid less up front than the bullet tank, you've got to spend that extra 150 quid that you've saved buying the tank to get a bigger digger to install it. Not only that, the onion-shaped septic tank will take you 3 times longer to install. But it just starts there. Okay, I'm not demonizing onion-shaped septic tanks. They were fantastic in their day 30 years ago, but I just want to show you the pros and the cons. Okay, now so let me show you this. With the bullet-shaped septic tank, you can just backfill them with shingle, all right? And the shingle goes up to about 3/4 of the way up the tank. So to backfill around the bullet-shaped septic tank will cost you typically about, I don't know, 100 quid, 150 quid, right? The onion-shaped septic tanks, you have to backfill them with concrete. Otherwise, the manufacturers will null and void the warranty. So you have to backfill them with concrete. So let me just show you this, right? So unless you put a concrete surround around the onion tank, number 1, they're not warranted by the manufacturer. And number 2, they'll pop out of the ground. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, the concrete. Oh man, the concrete, you're going to spend 600, 700, 800 quid concrete in these onion tanks in. And it's no mean feat. I mean, let me just show you this. This is in reality, right, what it looks like to concrete one of those onion tanks. And you can see how much concrete they use. And you can see the amount of money that they're going to cost to concrete in. So yes, all right, you may have saved flipping 150 quid buying your onion-shaped septic tank, but you've just spent another 200-300 quid getting a bigger digger. It's taking you twice, 3 times as long, and now you're having to spend out 600, 700, 800 quid on concreting the onion tank in. So the 150 quid saving that you thought you were making has now cost you about 1,000 to 1,200 quid by the time you install the septic tank. Okay, so not only that, let me show you one more thing as well here. Right, on the onion tanks, 9 times out of 10, you've also got to put an anchor kind of system on them. You have to basically, let me just make this a bit darker so you can see. Right, can you see there you've got straps? So let me just take that off. Okay, so you can see the straps there. Now the straps, unless you strap it in, even though you've concreted it in many situations, they also have to be strapped in. At the bottom there, you've got a lintel that the straps are attached to, right, like a concrete lintel. So they can either put a concrete lintel and straps around it and then concrete it, because you've got to keep it anchored and weighed down. But the point being is, look, you can see, even explaining to you about all the hassle and the effort of installing an onion septic tank, it's just getting convoluted now, and it's like you're wishing you never kind of started the job. But with the low profile shallow dig bullet shaped septic tanks, they're really simple to put in. They really are. I mean, there's a quick example. You just dig the hole, takes you about 40 minutes to do so, backfill with some shingle like that. Then all that you basically do once you've done that, you just cover it over with soil. Job done. So that is the pros and cons for me of the difference between an onion shaped septic tank and a low profile bullet septic tank. So for me personally, every single time, without question, for the reasons I've just shown you, I would not hesitate to go for a bullet septic tank. You do not save money, right? So so on the small ones, the bullet shaped septic tanks will cost you about $599. You can get an onion small one for about $499, right? So you saved 100 quid and you're thinking, brilliant. But by the time I've installed the bullet septic tank, it's going to cost me $599 plus, say, 150 quid in shingle. So it's going to cost me about $699, about $750 by the time I've installed the bullet septic tank, with just materials. The onion one, right, I've had to fork out more money on a digger. So instead of 40 minutes on digging the hole, it's taken flipping a day to 2 days to do. I then have to get straps and a lintel to anchor it down. You're looking about another 200-300 quid there, and you've got to concrete the flaming thing in, right? So you've got to concrete the flaming thing in. So you're looking at spending another 600-800 quid on concreting. So a tank that cost me originally $499 has now flipping cost me another grand to 1,200 quid just to install it. So if you're asking me which is the cheapest and the easiest to install out the onion tank and the bullet shaped septic tank, it's a no-brainer. The low profile bullet tank wins every time, hands down. So the moral of this story is, just because the tank, right, is about 100 to 150 quid cheaper to buy at the front end, doesn't mean it's going to save you a penny. In fact, the merchants, the builders merchants and stuff, they have them on offer because they shift them. They don't have to install them. They don't have to fork out another 12, 13, 1,400 quid to put them in the ground. You do. And once you've started, it will become a nightmare. So I've been doing this 20 years. If you want my tip for the day, don't get yourself an onion tank. Get yourself a low profile bullet septic tank. Technology's moved on. It's just made installing things easier and cheaper. So there you go. For what it's worth, that's my tip of the day. If you're going to get yourself a septic tank, it's a no-brainer. Get yourself a low profile bullet septic tank. So listen, thank you very much for watching this live broadcast today. If you want more information, and free advice, then please just visit septictank.co.uk. So listen, have a great afternoon. I'm back later with another live broadcast, but until then, I'll speak to you.